don't know what you think you saw.
What is up, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of History Behind the Horror. I'm your host Tay, and for today's video we will be taking a look at Jessica Gray from Outlast 2. If you do enjoy this video and you would like to see more Outlast 2 characters being done on this channel, make sure you give this video a like, share it, and put in the comments for what character you would like to see next. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. As Blake is roaming the halls of the abandoned school building, he comes across Jessica's locker that is found open and contains a music box, books, pictures, award ribbons, and a note in which she and Lynn have the following discussion. "Hey Lynn, I'm bored. Mr. Combover is still talking about the 30 Years' War. Blah blah blah, Habsburgs, blah blah blah. Anyway, I'm not riding home with you today because I've got journal, but I'll call you when I get home, okay?" "Sup, Jess? Combover's the worst. His nasal spray totally makes me want to puke. Journal, huh? Are you doing journal because you want to expose the dark truth behind the St. Ambrose field hockey team? Your dad's forcing you? You have a big sloppy crush on Blake."
"Shut up, bitch!"
"Also, we should replace Combover's nasal spray with hot sauce. Also, really, shut up." As Blake progresses through the school, Jessica's screams can be heard. He follows the screams only to find Jessica's hanging body at the end of the hallway. As he approaches, her body is consumed by an unknown entity into the ceiling.
This was Jessica's. Jessica. Oh God, yes. Fuck.
The game begins with Blake dreaming about Jessica. He tells this to Lynn, who hesitantly tells that she hasn't thought about her in ages. Jessica apparently committed suicide in the 4th grade. It was hinted that she was sad at something. In her suicide note, she specified that Blake should have loved her, though Blake did love her, but only as a friend.
Please, Blake. Where are you? I'm scared. He's coming.
Are you really sleeping?
I'm awake.
You should have slept last night.
Well, I had to get that hospital footage organized.
You were calling out some other woman's name.
What?
In your sleep. Jessica, I think. You know a Jessica?
Oh, no. I mean, I was dreaming about Jessica Gray from when we were kids.
Oh, yeah. I haven't thought about her in ages.
Jessica is best friends with Lynn and they share notes in class and play hangman. Lynn notes that Jessica has had a crush on Blake for a long time. Despite the suicide note, Jessica does not hate Blake. She is always informing Blake when demonic Laudermilch is coming after him and helping him find alternate routes back to his present. Jessica did not seem to have a good home life. A counselor named Shelley comments that Jessica forged her father's signature so she could attend the school's field trip. She also stated that there are signs that Jessica could be a potential runaway. Jessica's mother had tragically passed away from an uninformed accident. Shelley mentions her father is said to have a very big personality that even the teachers find troublesome to deal with. It can be summarized that he is very controlling, as Jessica had to forge his signature to attend a field trip to the piano factory, which he did not give permission for. Additionally, Jessica seems to be somewhat afraid of him, as implied when Laudermilch threatens to inform her father of catching her after school, to which she shows visible signs of distress. In the game's penultimate scene, we get to know what happened to Jessica. Jessica and Blake are after school in a food storage, and Jessica asks Blake some personal questions. Blake is apparently starring as the Beast in a Beauty and the Beast play staged by the school, with Lynn as the Beauty. Jessica teases Blake for not having kissed Lynn yet, which he says he has reserved for the big night. Jessica then playfully tackles Blake and pins him to the ground. It almost looks like she wants to kiss him, however Blake gets scared and doesn't want to. Jessica respects his feelings and does get off. However, she, as a kid, makes him say she has won the tackle game and comments that he is a pushover and a nerd. Then she takes Blake's hand affectionately and starts walking towards the exit. She asks Blake why he is so precious about it, meaning his first kiss. Blake inquires if Lynn had asked her to question him, to which Jessica replies she wanted to know first. To this answer, Blake teasingly calls her a nerd as well, which she agrees to. She then asks Blake if she can come over, though she asks first if his parents were around, which Blake says they aren't. Confused, Blake asks why she wanted to come over, but she replies, "I don't know." They are discovered by Father Laudermilch. Laudermilch strangely tells Blake he is not in trouble, yet tells him to leave but Jessica to stay. Jessica gets scared and pleads Blake to stay, and he listens to her initially. This makes Laudermilch slightly aggressive and he starts being manipulative, though keeping his kind for Sage. He threatens to call Jessica's father and Blake's parents, to which the children get afraid. Jessica then gets lost in thought, but Laudermilch touches her shoulder and states that he just wants to make things right and would she pray with him. When he states the latter part, he half caresses Jessica's face, implicating that he has done highly inappropriate things to her while saying that line. Hearing this throws Jessica into a panic and she pleads desperately for Blake to stay. Laudermilch doesn't like this and says to Blake, despite Blake denying anything happening between them, that him feeling shame is evidence that he has done something wrong. Finally, the priest tells Blake to leave the grounds to stop making the situation more awkward. As Blake is leaving, he hears Jessica scream. She starts calling out his name for help and telling Laudermilch to leave her alone. She starts running away from Laudermilch, who goes after her. Blake follows them to the doors leading to the stairwell. It is there he discovers Jessica, badly beaten and neck apparently broken. Laudermilch, at the top of the stairs, tells Blake that the situation is not what it seems.
Haha, I'm beating you.
Get off. Get off me. Stop.
You have to tell me.
Get off of me.
Not unless you answer.
No.
Fine. Then you have to give up. If you say I win, I'll let you up.
Okay.
You have to say it.
You win, okay?
You're such a pushover, Blake. I don't know why you have to be so precious about it.
Did Lynn ask you to ask me?
I asked first. So,
I don't know.
nerd,
Shut up.
you are.
She said to ask, didn't she?
Maybe. I don't know. I just wanted to know.
You're a nerd too.
I know. You think your parents are home yet?
No, usually not until after dinner.
You think I could come over?
Yeah, sure. Why?
Why what?
Like, why do you want to come over?
I don't know.
What don't you know, Jessica?
Oh, sorry.
What are the two of you doing in here?
I'm sorry, Father Loudermilk.
We stayed after school for journal? We were just leaving.
Let's step back into class, please.
Blake?
You're not in trouble yet, Blake. You don't want to get in trouble, do you?
Just stay with me.
I want you two to tell me what you were doing in here. Were you misbehaving? Do I need to call your parents? Jessica, do I need to call your father again?
No, please.
I only want us to be friends. Nobody's in trouble yet. Does one of you think you can make this right? Jessica? Jessica, look at me. Will you pray with me? Will you help me make this right? Why don't you go along home, Blake?
Don't go.
Did I interrupt something between you two?
It wasn't like that.
Then what did you want? You won't say? You know, shame is a gift from God to let you know right from wrong. And what you want is very wrong. Go home and pray.
Stay. I want you to stay.
Blake, please. This is awkward enough. Nothing's the matter, but I need you to leave us.
Don't.
Everything's okay. You can leave, young man. Walk away. I don't know what you think you saw.
It is heavily implied that Loudermilk physically and sexually assaulted Jessica. When talking to Shelly, he tells her that Jessica is more sensitive than she ought to be and suggests not sending her to the school trip. So in many ways, he always wanted to isolate her for nefarious intentions. School tapes in the game show that Loudermilk had an unhealthy obsession with her, and he also rejoiced at her death being a way for him escaping responsibility for his actions. It is implied that Loudermilk had covered up Jessica's death as a suicide to escape punishments. The chapter, Murder Before Suicide, in the game points to it. The reason Blake feels regret is because he stayed silent and didn't tell the truth surrounding her death. Though, at the end of the game, Blake realizes he was manipulated by Loudermilk to stay silent and that it really wasn't his fault. As Jessica doesn't seem antagonistic towards him, this may confirm his belief. Jessica may have understood that Blake was not completely at fault, as Loudermilk had a veiled way of threatening people. This is shown when he first discovers the duo and tells Blake that the boy surely doesn't want to get in trouble. At the end of the game, Blake meets Jessica. Though if Blake is hallucinating or not is not verified. Jessica tells Blake she won't let him go and she knows he won't let her go. Afterwards, they both kneel down and Jessica starts a prayer which ends the game.
Hey, Blake. Try to find me. I'm over here. This way, Blake. Don't worry. I'll never let you go. You never let me go. Now the light has gone away. Savior, listen while I pray, begging thee to watch and keep, and send me quietly to sleep. Watchful Savior, wash away all I've been wrong today. Help me every day to be gentle, gentle, more like thee.